Okay, today I'm recycling old soft plastic baits into new ones, which in this case is Senko's. Okay, I'm showing you everything you need here. I have the mold that's Yamato Senko 5-inch. It's made by Do It. And I got this off eBay a long time ago. I think it was like 35 bucks. I'll show you the inside of this right here. And I have an injector. I cannot remember where I got this from. I ordered it from somewhere, but it was around $50 for this soft plastic injector. Got a respirator because the fumes are pretty harmful. And this is using this as an example. This is from the last pour. It's June bug color, and I just cut it up into small pieces. So what you can do is, if you have some old worms or an old bait that you don't have much confidence in or don't really care for, just get you a pair of scissors and just cut it up into small pieces. And I put it in this Pyrex, it's a glass Pyrex measuring cup. Or if you have some baits that you've used and have got ripped and torn, and you just put them back in the plastic bag, you can use those as well. I'll tell you this, if you combine a bunch of colors, you'll normally come up with a kind of a brown color, which I've caught fish on, and it can work in certain situations, especially kind of muddy. But in this case, I'm going to be trying to use June bug. And then I've got this little skewer stick that I use as a stir for the plastic. A pair of scissors, doesn't really matter what size. You want some leather gloves. These are just like some regular work gloves. I don't know what I did with my leather gloves. And then I've got an old microwave right here that I'll be heating it in. Okay, I'm putting the used soft plastic into the microwave. Put it in for probably about a minute at a time. And then stir. You want to be outside when you're doing this also, or you want to be in a really well ventilated area. You take this out, you just stir it a little bit each time that you take it out, then put it back in for another minute. Okay, this is after a couple of minutes right here. Usually it takes about 3 minutes, but I didn't have a whole lot of plastic in here. You want to try to get all the air bubbles out of this, but stirring it a pretty good bit. And you want the plastic kind of running off the stir. You don't want it dripping, like it's kind of dripping and bubbling right now. That's not really good. You just keep stirring it till it gets the right consistency. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's starting to kind of run now. That's what you want. You'll end up getting bubbles in the baits if there's too many bubbles. It's kind of running now, so it's getting close. Some of it's still kind of dripping. So get the injector down in there and kind of move it around while I'm getting the plastic up in there. And I try to get as much as possible up in the injector. I have to tilt it to get all of it in there. Then go to the mold. Squeeze the mold together pretty tight, and then push down until you can't push down anymore. Kind of, get it in there kind of slow too. and keep the mold pressed together as tightly as you can. See, it's kind of coming out the sides now. So that means it's all the way in there. You just pinch it together for a few minutes so it can kind of set up. And then I'll lay it down flat like this, and then try to hold it for a few minutes until it starts hardening up. Been sitting here a few minutes, and I'm gonna check them and see what I got here. They don't look too bad. I'll kind of lay them out so they can cool off a little bit more. Also, I got some cooking spray, and I sprayed a little bit of cooking spray, just a hair, on both sides of the mold so it'd kind of come out easier, wouldn't get stuck in the mold. So I'm gonna let it cool a few more minutes before I start cutting. And start trimming the worms off. I need to take my gloves off to get all the excess. Just kind of peel off the side edges with your fingers, like so. Lay these out straight. If you can't get all this off of your fingers, you can just trim it with a pair of scissors too. Also, if you've got any, they sell this worm juice. You can put worm juice into the mixture with it to give it a good scent, or they make frog juice also. I guess that's for the making like the soft plastic frogs. You can put that in there as well. So I usually let these sit overnight to cure before I use them. The previous batch that I'd made ended up with some bubbles in the head, like the heads were hollow on them. These didn't come out that way. I'm not sure yet how I can control that. It's just kind of random when it happens, but when that happens, I typically get some the glass rattles and I put it in the heads, or a nail weight if you want to fish wacky, or if you need extra weight in there, you can put a nail weight in the head. So when these are ready, we will take them fishing and see how they do. Okay, so I got my homemade worm here, and the head's hollow, and I stuck this glass rattle down in the head of it, and I'm gonna Texas rig it. And I got a number 3 Gamakatsu offset worm hook there, and there he is.
Got him?
Yep.
Hell yeah, baby! Another good one too. Yeah.
He's a jumper too.
Good little 3.5 pounder. Great 3.5 pounder. Hell yeah, bring him home to daddy.
Digging down in the grass.
That's what they do. Bringing them home with the ripsticks. You might make me want to put one of them on.
A little smaller than the last one, but still a good fish.
Yeah, good fish. Colored bait.
Decent little fish. Chuck him back.
catch a lot of those.